You mind if I eat that banana?
Not at all.
Dude.
You take this banana. Oh, yeah.
No, there we are.
I forgot there were two.
Yeah, I'd eat the Play Doh, but I don't do that anymore.
Well, you can smell it.
You'll poop weird.
It smells delicious. Why does that smell so good? Have you ever eaten Play Doh?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, me too. All right. I love that you didn't even think for a second. Yeah, just gotta get my head, man. Sometimes, though, when you see it, aren't you like, whoa, I forgot about this?
I may have been very stoned when I was starting to play these games.
Well,
but yeah.
Do we, oh, we're starting. Are we starting? Should we start?
All right, let's go.
All right.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, y'all.
Welcome to another episode of Weird Kids. You keep going. Like right now.
All right, you do the introductions, and I'm going to play this video game here.
That's cool.
We're playing some Quake.
We're playing Quake on a laptop, and proving there's a thing apparently where you can kind of play some of these games on anything, and to prove it, we are using a very weird controller right now.
It's called a Makey Makey.
It's a Makey Makey,
and you can make anything you want into a controller, which right now is Play Doh. Is the controllers?
Because you stick it with wires.
And we're playing a little bit of Quake right now. Okay, wait. I feel like I remember there's something hidden right here.
With a Play Doh controller.
Shoot the secret door.
So, because we're having, we thought since we have a toy to play with, and we just had to play a little bit of Quake, this would be a fun, to delve back into some toy conversations.
This will be great. This will be great.
Because I've picked up some stuff recently.
You have?
Yeah, well, I'm not normally allowed. I say allowed. I'm not normally supposed to buy a lot of toys because...
Wait, why not?
Well, it's hard to figure out where to put them in my house.
This is a rule that you have made for yourself because you collect too much?
Bit of both. Okay. Yeah, right. I'm only
Fair
really
enough.
allowed to have, I say, again, allowed is the wrong... I can only really justify having things of shows that I've worked on. So it's kind of like it is that trophy of I did that.
Well, of course.
But now we have this room where I can put all of my dumb shit.
This was really a plus for us this is probably a very small percentage of things that you and I both collect.
Yeah. I've had to get better other than books. Well, no, that's not true. I'm a liar. No, I haven't gotten better. I lied. It's still bad.
Man, we're doing an episode, in case you don't know yet. We're about tinkering.
A bit about tinkering.
Toys. And putting stuff together.
Yeah, a little bit.
And also just did it with all the things here. I also kind of wanted to talk to you about things that you collect.
Yeah. I think before anything, you should actually,
right. So
this is great, but let's
talk
switch
about
it up.
This thing.
We should switch this up.
Okay.
Because you can make anything into a controller.
Yeah. So what we have here is, I don't even know how to explain this. It works
a doohickey
by electrical currents.
Yeah.
So you have to hold one side of it to ground it.
Yeah.
And then you can stick anything that is organic.
Apparently, this would have to be salt water, but yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to do the drink, but no.
You pinch it. So like, hold on. We have a bag of toys over here.
Yeah, pull something out that's organic.
Let's do an apple slice for our punching.
Okay. I will say when we say organic, it doesn't mean it has to be organically grown. It just means it has to be organic material. I think that's an important distinction in this time and place.
That's a very important distinction.
That would be hilarious, though, if
Distinguishing?
Distinguishing.
Wow.
Now it's a word.
Anymore. All right. Yes. It just you can also do we also have a area here that is graphite.
From a pencil.
Color it in with a pencil. Okay, so let me see if
you can use copper wire to move electricity around.
See if I can shoot.
Yep,
yeah, there we go. By touching
this,
I'm touching this apple. I'm just doing this, and it's shooting. How cool is that?
Man, I did.
Right,
I've talked about how much I love science toys, and
I know you really have,
and just how silly you can get with them.
God, I love science toys, but the fact that you can just do this and make it whatever you want,
and make something custom at your home because you can hide all this in. I love using a banana.
Let's do a banana as a jump.
I think jumping with a banana is very classical.
Okay, wait. Let me detangle.
Actually, while we set this up, we should go into the mailbag because I like that we've been doing it. Okay, hold on. Let's
go into the DACA mailbag.
I love the mailbag now.
Me too.
I also love it because I get to do
And
this.
we've been getting such incredible questions, stories from in the mailbag. So keep them coming, pals. We love it.
This is a simple one. This is from Milk Status.
Oh.
Which is delightful.
Wow.
What art did your parents show you or force upon you that has had an impact on you?
Great question.
Let's stab that.
Great question.
Stab that banana while we think about it.
As I walk forward here, nope, that's not what I meant to do. Wait, is this my grounding here?
That's
yes,
your green is your grounding.
Okay, is this jump? Yep. If I touch the banana, it jumps.
Banana is jumping. Oh, Lord.
That is so weird. I love this.
This is very, I was about to say, this is very Warhol at this point.
Well, yes, it is very Warhol. Okay, so art that my parents exposed me to.
Oh, God, no.
I mean,
Did you fight it?
Not really.
Yeah, me neither.
Because my mom went to a little bit before she became a mom. She was going to art school. So she was a painter, still is an amazing painter, an artist of all things. Like my mom would find little trash, trinkets, and treasures and turn it into art.
Oh, I've seen some of her work.
You've seen some of her
stunning.
work. She does awesome birdhouses. I have so many of her oil paintings.
I need to commission her for something at some point.
I know. She actually is making you something and has been making it for years.
Oh shit! Because I was gonna ask her for a bat house, but that's a whole thing.
That's what she's been making.
Yes.
Yeah, she's been making that for you for years.
Oh, I can't wait.
And
Sorry.
yes, she is.
That's all I want out of your mother.
She got deterred she had a really bad fall, so she hurt her shoulder really bad. So for the past year, she's been.
That's why I don't.
She's a lot better.
I don't hit up people's parents for things because they break on occasion.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and it sucks.
It does.
I hate it, but and my dad was super creative musician. He was an amazing guy. So they both were very creative already. The house that we grew up in, so it was. Whenever they would show us anything, we would take it in. But I feel like, Twilight Zone was big in our house, the original Twilight Zone.
Oh,
we had that going all the time.
Yeah, more. That was. I feel like media art. Well, that one straddles it. Yeah, I was trying in my head. I was trying to stay with something like. I went classical in my head, but that's not necessarily
I can go
correct.
Classical. My mom was a really big Salvador Dali fan.
Ooh.
She still is.
That tracks with her style.
Yeah. So we had a lot. We had all those. All of Salvador Dali's art books in the house. That's sort of
melty.
Yeah, melty.
I want to see his whole. He has a whole neighborhood that apparently is based on his style somewhere. If I recall.
What?
In some country, I'll have to look that up. I think that's a thing
where everything's just melted and
it's like an architectural style that kind of reflects his vibe.
Cool.
I'm trying to remember. I believe that's a thing. I'm going to have to Google that. I could be wrong.
Oh my God.
My brain is a little fuzzy always.
How about you for art?
I don't know. Exciting is probably so my grandparents were art collectors. They were art collectors. So there was definitely I grew. this is a weird thing for like an 8-year-old kid who is like, I really enjoy David Hockney.
I love David Hockney.
Which is
Yeah, but that is at that age
At
where
that
you're
age.
like, I can appreciate this.
I really liked
the simplicity, the color.
honestly very good at capturing the look of water in California.
Very much
Which
so.
is such a weird thing to say, but I was very enraptured as a child of the way that the water from the swimming pool would reflect on like the ceiling of
Because it's gorgeous.
and it has this wonderful fluff to it and like movement to it.
Yeah.
Fluff is the wrong word, but
But I got what you were saying.
yeah, and I was like, that's amazing that he nails that.
Nails it.
And then I really my dad for reasons had a bunch of Jack Kirby art around. I don't even know if he
Kirby.
was super. That's kind of the guy who
I know
created
Jack
Captain
Kirby,
America.
but I can't. Oh, yes.
It's a comic book style, and that has never left me. Like the Kirby designs, like just live in my head.
What happened to the Hockneys and the Kirbys? From your, have they been lost to time?
I don't know. I mean, like my grandparents owned some crazy stuff. Some kind of got stolen after they died. There was like a little bit of hoo-ha, and some things got stolen. Like there's some of the really nice things got stolen that still break my heart. They had a tiny Picasso that still breaks my heart.
Oh my God.
And
Picasso's a funny one to me.
yeah,
I've also seen, I had a friend that had a Picasso, and when you see him in person, you're like, that sometimes.
no, you're not wrong. I know
Not
where you're
always
going.
with Picasso, but sometimes you see some stuff and you're like, I think I could do that.
I mean, I have to constantly remind myself, especially with crafty friends, because they're always going, I think I could do that. And I say,
Yes.
I absolutely think you could, but will you?
Well, yeah.
That's the trouble.
Yeah. Of
and
course.
you won't. But yeah, I mean, like it definitely has a weight, but it's not necessarily like, I don't want to say it's less interesting in person. Whereas like if you go to see a Van Gogh or Van Gogh, depending on how you're feeling.
Yeah.
Like I had only ever seen them as like posters on the walls of dormitories. It's very
Yes,
it's
you
like
see it as a
it's
print.
dorm art, and then actually seeing one in person. I was with a friend of mine at like they had one at the Huntington,
It's very different.
and it hit
It's like
real hard.
3D almost.
Yeah, no, it's big and
Yeah.
wet and thick, and you're like, and like we were. I mean, I must have been 16 years old, and we were just like it hit real hard. I was not expecting it because it
such
just
a good
it was
feeling.
it felt so dull in my head for so long.
Yeah. And then when you see these pieces of art that you've loved,
It was
since
the
you were a kid, when
sunflower.
you see them in person, and,
And they
you're
have
like, oh, this is massive.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
The other one, other than and Kirby's amazing. There's so many great stories, and like Kirby famously did art for the CIA, which is worth looking up.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, we got to look this up.
So-
Jack Kirby did art for, like, what kind of art?
So real quick, I know that we're going way off topic. Kirby is a fascinating man. He apparently he created Captain America. He created all of these famous comic book characters, and like at one point, like some awful Nazi showed up to like kick his ass like downstairs at the comic book company because he didn't like that Captain America was punching Hitler, and like came over to like start shit. And
How
Kirby,
dare you, sir?
Kirby apparently
truth.
like literally like got up and ran down and specifically to just beat the fuck out of this guy.
No
Yeah,
way.
it was very like, oh fuck you, and was going straight down to kick his ass, and the guy ran apparently, but like, oh yeah, he took no shit. That
Oh
man.
my God.
There's some amazing stories that are
Wait,
not
why
mine to
would he
tell.
need to do art for the CIA? Like to recruit people?
Boy, does anyone know the name of that movie? No, the movie about the fake Argo. It's because of Argo.
Yes.
He did. Argo was a fake science fiction movie that was designed so that the CIA could get agents into the Middle East, claiming to be a film production for a science fiction movie that didn't exist.
Oh, so
Yeah.
he was the one who did the artwork for it.
He did all the design
Oh,
work, and like
yes.
all of the concept art was Jack Kirby making concept art. There is some of it for a fake movie, and like not that long ago, like about a decade ago, they released a bunch of that art
How
that had
cool.
been, and I have like blacklight reactive poster versions that I just
Like, how did he get?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Right?
This I've
There's
seen
one
this
called
art
the
and it's
Cosmic
so
Airport,
cool.
and it fucks me up. Like
But
it's
just
great shit.
thinking about like
Yeah,
he's just sitting there making art,
yeah.
and then he gets a phone call. He's like, "Hello," and it's like, "Hello, this is the CIA. Can you come talk to us?
What the
and make
fuck
some
do you
art?"
want? Yeah, and he was like,
Like-
cigar, like what the fuck? Yeah, like.
But how cool that would be.
I know.
You're like, well, what kind of film is this?
Yeah, spy
what
art.
What kind of film are we making here?
And
God, that's such a cool idea.
But the only other thing I could think of is they had a poster of the, as I lose the name of it, because this is how my brain works, there was this painting on the wall that really ruined me as a kid as I pull it up, the Sutro Baths.
The Sutro Baths?
Yeah, I may
Baths?
have baths. I know. I may have mentioned it on the podcast before. I don't remember, but it's back when bathhouses were a thing.
God, I love a bathhouse.
I know. There's this amazing. We had this amazing painting of a bathhouse on the wall of our house for years, and it was like really rich and beautiful of the Sutro Baths. And I was trying to figure out. I just looked up. I was like, I want to. No one knows who painted it. It's an anonymous painter. This painting of the baths in like 1896 on the California coast.
Whoa!
And it blew me up. It blew me away so much that I actually went to find them last year, and I found the ruins because there's like a little museum of the ruins of the Sutro Bath. Yeah, that's the painting.
Wow. Oh yes.
Yeah, and it's anonymous.
Yes.
And then the ruins are there, so you can kind of.
You went to go see them when we went to go do a little a trip out there.
Yeah, it blew my mind. And yeah, it was Harold and Maude. A part of it got shot there too. I really was. I was in a mood.
Love a Harold and Maude.
But yeah, like it's weird that one painting like that I was just around as a kid and didn't really like. I kept absorbing the notion. I was like, wherever that is, I want to go there.
And then you did.
And then I did. I mean, and I was sad that it isn't there anymore because it looked real cool.
God, it was so cool.
But yeah, I love it. So that's my art. I don't know.
I know. I'm sure I could go into more art but I think that's the first I can think of. But I'm sure there was definitely got the sci-fi love from my parents as well.
Oh yeah,
but
clearly.
I mean, not getting into media. But as for art,
but like in sci-fi art, I mean, yeah, like it's a whole.
That's a whole thing. That's a whole thing.
I can't play because I'm not grounded.
Yeah. So I'm gonna put this back in the Play-Doh because I actually liked the Play-Doh buttons.
The Play-Doh feels there's a softness
feels
to it.
really, really satisfying to press on.
Like in this note, like it's a thing I've often had about playing video games because I was big into the classic systems, and then the more complex they got, the less I played.
Yes.
For a lot of reasons. Also, again, Tremor makes a lot of things hard to play.
It's hard.
It's hard. Yeah, there's games I can't play.
What systems do you play now?
Well, nothing
do you play
at the
anything?
moment. I don't have the brain.
What was like the last system you played?
Oh, I don't even know. Like the last one I owned, I mean, I cheat and I have like a little cheap box that has like 200 loaded broken NES
those are
games.
the best.
And that's fine. But like I play old stuff mostly when I do, and mostly and every now and then like some of our friends will recommend me a game and I'll play it and be like, this is great, or like a new side scroller. I played
I'm getting shot at. Wait, why am I going back up?
Yeah, they're like some of our friends are game designers too, and when they make a game, I'll play it, and often fucking love it. But
I'm playing a game right now that I really like.
What do you play?
Oh God, I forgot there was dogs in this game.
And then you shot one.
Sorry, pal.
Wow.
Where's your owner? Oh, there he is.
Oh no.
Let me just get through this.
I mean, honestly, if you killed them both, it's less sadness in the world. Well, and they killed you. I suppose it's less sadness in the world.
So I guess that makes sense. I forgot that there were dogs in this game that you had to kill.
I know how you feel about it, but hearing you say it, I can't tell.
I'm playing a game right now that I really like. I'm a little slow to the hustle and bustle about it.
That's fine.
The Blueprints.
Oh yeah, I was playing that all weekend.
So good. And
tell me about it.
I didn't realize the title. It didn't click for me.
It's not a Princess Blue?
Well, you're also like it has to do with like blueprints, like the blueprints of the house.
Oh, okay.
And I was hearing about it, saying it out loud, and then it just hit me, and I was like, oh,
no,
that's so clever.
Wordplay,
Yeah, it's a great game. It's a great puzzle game.
Okay. What's it on?
It is on.
I don't own any consoles.
It's on everything.
Okay, because I don't own any consoles.
I am currently playing it on a Steam
I do have
Deck.
Steam. I don't have a Steam Deck though.
I like it. I like it.
You would like it, Taliesin. It's kind of like you're in this Winchester mystery house.
Oh, fuck.
And
Yes.
Stop
every
it.
time you go through a door, you draft like a tile. And so it's different. The house that you build each time, and each time you're getting more clues revealed to you.
Oh,
Yes.
shit.
And lore. And so it's very cool.
And so you
what I
kind of
need
have to
as a
take
game.
notes because the room will change.
Oh, I have to
every
take
day,
notes every day.
it resets. And so you start taking notes and you're like, oh, that's interesting. That's in here.
Oh, I kind of love that.
It's awesome.
Oh god. Okay, if it's
It
on
is so
Steam, I do
good.
have Steam, and
Yeah. It feels like an old PC game. In some
Okay, you
ways.
got me there.
Like there's it's really fun.
new games are not for me, is what I figured out. As long as I don't have to aiming precisely with my medical issues is not fun.
That's hard.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just not fun.
I get that.
Yeah, and so it's just there's just games I've stopped trying to
Did
play.
you get into the fad? Like I feel like in 2020, like Animal Crossing and all these with the
didn't.
Switch, you didn't get into
Well,
that
I
yet.
mean, like, I was, in the depths of like agoraphobic attack, and
Yeah.
for some reason, even Animal Crossing felt like too much out in the world.
Yeah, you're like this is too much.
Yeah,
too
I was
much
like, I
talking to
can't
people.
talk to anyone. I'm busy, talking to my inner demons over here.
Fair.
And they don't want to play Animal Crossing. I also didn't have the machine because, like, I just, I never.
Yeah.
So I briefly had a Switch. I ended up and I bought it for the cardboard thing that came with it.
What is that?
Boy. Max, do you remember when I brought this to the studio and wouldn't? Okay, so this
Wait,
this
the
actually goes in the
Switch
theme very well.
Came with a cardboard box.
So, oh boy, I love this, and I might be the only one. One of the things they did when the Switch first came out, and this was kind of their version of the robotic operating buddy of like Rob the Robot, because it was just before its time and a little clunky, but I thought it was the coolest fucking thing ever. Was they sold these games that required you to build things out of cardboard. Like it would come with this big cardboard, and there were a bunch of different games. And then you would make like a literally a mech suit, like a robot suit out of cardboard
For yourself?
for yourself to make like a robot switch machine. There was a fishing game where you had to make a fishing rod out of cardboard.
What?
There was a whole bunch of different games where you would build. It had a ridiculously dumb name, like it was sold at IKEA.
But it didn't have anything to do with the game. It was just like build a suit
No,
and
it had
then
everything
play?
to do with the game. You couldn't play the game without the cardboard.
You'd have to wear it?
Yeah.
How would it know?
So it had a series of strings and pulleys in it that they would put there would be places for the controllers so that they would understand where they're moving, and there'd be strings and pulleys that would let it know how you were moving.
What?
It was so crazy. Like there's a
Well, this was recent.
yeah, and there was a keyboard, and like there's the motorcycle attachment.
kinda cool,
And there's a
actually.
one where you like it's a house and you can change what's happening in the house by putting different things in it.
What?
Yeah, it was called the Labo. And the racing one had a pedal. I thought this was the best
Oh, this is
goddamn
you all
thing
day
ever.
long. Wait, what is this?
Yes. I
Yeah,
love this. Yeah, that
motorcycle?
would really move. It would use the vibrations of the controllers to move a little insect around. This was the best thing I've ever seen.
saw this.
I know.
I wonder if it's still. So this.
Oh
was,
yeah, here's the robot. Here's the robot suit.
Nintendo Labo.
So you can see how it was doing it, but it knows where your boots and your hands are in the back because of the strings that get pulled.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I wonder if it did well.
It didn't.
Yeah.
I can answer that.
Said was
Not even a
crying.
little.
I didn't. That doesn't
You know
seem
how
like that would do very well.
I feel like I live occasionally on the island of misfit toys.
You do.
Because like I love my drop mix machine, and I love
Yes.
toys that did badly that I feel like they could be repurposed because no one understood how cool they were. This is one of them. Labo,
Oh my God.
Labo, and like I pitched it to a friend of like Labo is great also because not only is it cardboard, it means that like if you are done playing with it, you can throw away the cardboard.
Yeah.
But then you can like I'm sure that someone's made prints so that you can remake it again, so you don't have to store a giant keyboard or a guitar if you love like for
You
Guitar
could
Hero.
remake it if you needed
You
to.
just buy one and cut it out and build it again. And you also, I was like, why did people not custom decorate theirs? Like cover it in glitter, paint
Yes.
it, make your own robot suit that looks really cool. And like, I'm like, God damn it, no one understood how awesome this was.
I love.
the games were also not that
If
great.
I would have seen that commercial, I would have been like, "This is such a Taliesin
Exactly.
because
And-
it looks like it's from the 1800s."
I fucking loved it. And
That's
I was the only one. Like, no, I have yet to meet anybody else who thought this was cool. Not one person. And boy, I tried.
I feel like we need to try a new game on this thing. See,
yeah,
this
load something else.
fascinates me that this is working. Okay, wait. So we played a little Quake, and I did.
Are you going to move to
bad.
something else?
I'm gonna try another game. Let's give it another go.
In the meantime, while we're going up, so since I threatened to bring you to this, and I think I had to just go because I had things to buy for people. Frankensons. Have I discussed Frankensons?
Okay, tell me.
While we
break it down
load.
what this is.
Frankensons is basically like if you've ever been to a comic book convention.
Okay.
It's basically the floor of a comic book convention without the convention that is open 3 days a week, and is also somehow.
3 days
But
a
it's
week?
like filthy and in an old in an old Costco warehouse and kind of scummy, and they sell mostly trading cards and playing cards and like magic cards and like people.
Oh, look at you in there.
So like that's one of the booths. I mean, it's
Whoa.
just like, and it's like a swap meet basically. It's a nerd swap meet, and like this was a booth because this artist, and I have their name.
Is
All he
this
did
like-
was make zombie versions of toys. He would buy toys and turn them into zombies. So you can see like there's like evil Bart in there, and then there's like they're all.
Look at the Toy Story.
Yeah, there's an evil Woody. Yeah, there's like zombie Woody, and then
Zombie Buzz.
and Buzz with a skull. Yeah, like, and they're just like, this stuff was great. I should have bought one. I'll probably buy one next time I go.
Wow, these are so cool.
Yeah, and so it's just this really, it's just like and like one of the things I found there's another photo is they had a bunch of old pieces of, you can see who's behind me, of old McDonald's playground bullshit. Like, and you can see it's between two recycling bins and an ATM.
Can you
like,
purchase
that
it?
is, I probably, but
For the right price, I'm sure.
well, it's kind of in the section where they're connected to like a really, really low key like ice cream like a shop, like, but like everything is filthy.
Wait, there's an ice cream shop there too?
They sell a little food that's not good. I mean, it's supposed to be like, you can see there's an ATM and two recycling bins underneath that.
How
like,
big is this place?
Pretty fucking big.
So it's only open 3 days a week.
Only
but it's
3 days
like
a week. Wednesdays, like Fridays and Saturdays.
Where is it?
In like, I'm gonna say City of Industry, and to you, and to everybody who doesn't understand what City of Industry is, other than doing a Googling Los Angeles to City of Industry, and going, wow, that's far. It's just past the point where most people ever dare to tread before you get into what feels like it's on the borders of what is considered to be civilized Los Angeles.
Yeah.
It's the City of Industry because it's where the industry is in the city.
Yeah.
And it's east, and whenever you go east in Los Angeles, the further you get from the
gets a little
water,
weird.
yeah, it starts to become desert people.
Yeah.
but not quite there. Like, it's still like there's like, I would have to explain all of Los Angeles territory, but
To try to break that one down.
yeah, but
The
you
City
have
of
to go
Industry is
through
a weird place.
Yeah, you have to go through several very, very interesting fiefdoms within
Yes.
very very
Yeah.
Oz Yellow Brick Road. It keeps changing and changing and changing.
It sure does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But City of Industry is definitely
So
a vibe.
is it like a warehouse?
Yeah, it's like a Costco, but like that's been left to die. Wow. And all of these
are
people
there
moved in.
Vendors? Like
Yeah, just like a comic book convention. It's just
Cool.
vendors, but they never leave, and so they're set up the same way with very temporary structures that have just been there for years, and so everything's kind of, it's not falling apart. It's just aging. Like, it's really heavy.
Okay, if we do
The air is thick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can
And
Trump at
I got some stuff there for the set and otherwise that I will show off as we play. But like, I got a couple things because I can justify buying things now.
Oh, yes. We
Do
can.
you want to try
So,
some Tetris while we?
I do want to try
this?
some Tetris. Let me restart this.
Yeah,
Because I
without the song,
got too
sadly.
excited and didn't pay attention.
You have to play again. You have to start over.
Wait, what's the Tetris song?
Dun da da dun da da dun da da dun dun. Oi 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 dun. You have to do the oi.
Wait, I don't know what the oi is.
The oi is just something we do for fun. There's a I think you're stuck right now.
I am stuck.
I don't know how to make that fix.
I don't either.
In the meantime, yeah.
Shoot, what was I gonna say? What I would love
Yes.
is, and I'm just putting this out there.
Uh-huh.
If we do season 2 of this,
Uh-huh.
we should probably get some of those weird toys from McDonald's.
Oh yeah, they had them for sale there.
Like maybe we need that tree.
Oh, I mean the tree may be beyond us, but I'm sure.
Because like, what if the season 2 set is just like a full, like we just buy, I don't know where we would get money for this, but we'll figure it out, is just the playroom at a McDonald's.
Yeah, we'll add a couple balls each.
Yeah, right? We could do that.
I was at a party a few weeks ago, and they had a ball pit, and they had a sign on the ball pit.
Was it fun?
Oh, I mean, I didn't go in the ball pit.
Can you imagine how dirty those things
Well,
are?
no, they had a sign up that said, "We just cleaned this,"
Oh, well, see, that would make
and the
me
balls
feel better.
were white, so it was
Wait,
all
how much
white
were
balls,
those?
and you were like, "Oh, this all looks clean." So clearly, they were not kidding.
Well,
It was a great party, and there was only one fire that required the fire department, which was pretty impressive. We
Wow.
continued to party, but the fire department did have to get
I
We're still
as a
fun,
kid,
apparently.
okay. I'm
You're doing
usually better at Tetris than
You're
what
playing
you're
with
seeing in this
Play-Doh.
moment. I'm playing with Play-Doh, just so you know.
and somehow not singing the song, which is really impressive.
Yeah, like what if we just had like a whole, what do they call those places? This a play place?
Play or like play park or play something.
I'm a big fan of animatronics.
Oh, me too. Love them.
Love an animatronic.
We used to have one in our group. We had a
We did?
we had a velociraptor that could give fortunes. Do you remember that?
No.
Man.
Where did this come from?
One of our friends, who I will not name because I try not to name people unless I've given permission.
Fair.
Just had a half of a velociraptor from something that I can't speak of because it was probably not supposed. I don't know how okay it was to have it, but
Wait, a velociraptor from where?
from some sort of theme park.
Wait, like a real.
Yeah, one that got thrown away. And then we put it in a booth and then added a thing to give it so it would give fortunes. And we had a little microphone and controller so
I
that we
didn't
could,
see this.
Oh, yeah. We have photos somewhere. Maybe we have photos. I got to dig it up.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I love this stuff.
It's the greatest.
Yeah,
What was that
animatronics are great.
place? There was a place that I feel like it was more maybe Midwest, and it was almost like a McDonald's, but there were animatronic creatures.
I mean, are you talking about a Chuck E. Cheese?
no, it was like,
or, Chuck Entertainment
and
Cheese.
the
You
main
have to say the full-
character, he looked like a little crazy, like
That's
his
all
eyes
of
were
them.
like, I know.
Like, yeah, that is every cheap animatronic ever made.
It was like, I can't think of what it was called, but it was so cool. Yes, Showbiz Pizza Place.
Oh,
Which
yeah,
there's also-
Showbiz.
There's also a very good documentary about that place.
There is.
And that place is, getting an animatronic. Yes. Okay.
And yeah, animatronics are tricky to get. Believe me, I try to buy them all the time.
You do?
Yeah, of course.
Where do you look?
I have places. If I tell them, everyone will start looking, and then it'll just
Okay.
drive the prices up. They're too high already. Well, no, I'm on the internet. I've got a couple like weird dealers. It sounds so. I got a woman in Florida who tends to get chunks of old, like that's where I got my chunk of old merry-go-round that I turned into my headboard, and I come to my house, man.
What? Wait, I think you did tell me this.
I did.
A while ago, but I
she
forgot
offered
about
to
it.
sell me a second one at a really good
That's
discount.
what you made as your headboard?
Yeah, but like no one wanted the second part, so I was like, man, okay, I'm only getting one piece of rounding board, I guess. Fuck off.
Whoa.
It was pretty. Yeah, it was, and like as long as you're not trying to get a merry-go-round horse or anything like that, this shit you can find pretty cheap.
Jeez.
So yeah, like every now and then she gets like bumper cars in or stuff like that that's like falling apart, and I'm like, yeah, you never know.
So I started going to a lot of the auctions for old Disney stuff.
Oh, the Disney auctions are intense.
They're very intense.
That's cutthroat.
It's very cutthroat. but
Places
every
I go,
once in
no one gives
while,
a fuck.
You can get something that
God.
nobody wants, and it's fun. But yeah, I'm a big fan of those.
Well, it's the Disneyland shit that hits me.
It's the Disneyland
We're gonna
shit.
do an episode about that
Yeah,
eventually.
we I know we keep saying it, but
No,
we
we're
will.
gonna do it.
We're gonna do it. We will.
Yeah.
But this is such a cool thing.
So, I wish I loved this more when I was young. I didn't find that the joy of like stuff I could put together. Like I'm now book nooks. I did not bring any.
God, I
The
love
build your own
book
book nooks, I have too many of.
I haven't built my own yet, but I am waiting.
I have so
I
many.
keep finding some that are like the
I have
pre-made
so many.
ones.
If you ever just want to like put one together, and like they now make them out of okay, I don't even know where to start with this. We're going to get into Legos, but they do make Lego book nooks now.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I have a problem.
You have a good problem. This could be way worse, Taliesin.
It could be way worse.
Show me what you got over there.
So the first thing,
Oh, I just got really excited because I saw.
yeah, you saw what it is. The first thing is I don't buy action figures anymore for a series of reasons. But I even when I did buy action,
What are those reasons?
space.
Oh.
Space. But I do like things that I like the idea of an icon that actually means something to me or I have like an
Yeah.
emotional response to, because then it's like owning a statue I can afford.
Yes. Yes.
It's a statue I can afford. And like that I can feel good about.
Yeah. I love that.
And I realized that one of my idols is not up here. And so I had to,
gonna be now.
and not only is it an Elvira action figure,
Whoa!
but it is from her film, which I highly recommend you watch. Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, her commando outfit.
Damn! Look at her!
Elvira, Mistress of the Dark is a phenomenal movie, and you should watch it.
I love
it is
Elvira
great.
so much.
Oh, I mean, she's one of the major
She's-
reasons I am the way. And also, Cassandra wrote a very good book recently.
Really?
She did. She wrote an autobiography that is fabulous.
She was also recently in the Paul Rubens documentary.
Oh, yeah.
Pee-wee
They were-
himself.
I'm
And
just
she
going to
is
make noise.
so
Sorry.
beautiful.
Oh. Stunning
Would
woman.
you like me to help?
There we are.
Well, this is cool to start with.
She tied in at all? No.
It's like a little camo launcher.
She has a grenade launcher. She does use it in the movie.
Sick.
Oh, she's tied in.
She
which is ironic.
launches. I'll grab her.
Yeah, she got ropes because these things have that. At the very least, if we can't open her now, we can take a photo and show it.
Wasn't she also dating a woman for a really long time?
Well, she still is. Yeah.
Good for her, man.
Yeah. She was kind of not making a lot of noise about it until recently.
Yeah, until recently.
But her book's amazing. You should read it. She's amazing. I've gotten to meet her a few times because she was kind of in one of the social circles that I was involved with when I was younger. So I would occasionally get to meet her at parties and just be like, "You are way too cool," and it makes me like, "This is amazing."
She's very cool.
Super fucking cool.
Yeah, I've seen different.
Yeah, you can see there's a little thing. That might be too hard.
Nope, we're gonna.
Are you gonna
we're
get her?
gonna get her
Okay.
out of here. I see what the thing is here, but this is very complicated
It
without a
is.
tremor.
Have you ever seen her movie?
Never. Never.
So,
Sorry, this is gonna be really loud for 2 seconds.
hey, well done.
Oops. Let me.
Yeah, fix
let
the
her
boobs.
get
There we
dressed
go.
again. I also like that she is dirty.
Yeah. Well, at this point,
because she's probably dirty through the whole movie.
no. At this point in the movie, like things are blowing up.
Oh.
The movie has an amazing plot and is absolutely. She has to move into a small town because of her like aunt's old haunted house that is like she wants to
here it
sell
is.
off. Yeah, because she's like this is where she's like actually working. She's as herself, but then she gets to leave and go to this
she's
small
so
town.
cool.
And look at this car. Oh yeah.
Your favorite horror host.
Yeah,
Oh, and I love that actress.
Everybody's
too.
in it, and it's including Morgan Shepherd, who I've talked about, is in it. He's the villain, and Morgan is just like Morgan is chewing scenery like to the point where there's no scenery left to chew.
Amazing.
Morgan is just and like every
Oh,
outfit.
I want to see this.
Everything
This looks so good.
is amazing. It's funny. I will say it also holds up real well. Like it is not. It is a good wholesome story that still holds up. They did in fact blow up a there he is. They did blow up a gas station for real, which was where all the money for this movie went, and then they had no more.
Incredible.
And there is
oh my God, that costume.
There
That
is
looks
a
like
very
bomb, man.
cringy rap song at the end, as there must be. Yeah, see, there's the giant
'Cause of course she
missile
has
launcher.
this. Of course she has a missile launcher.
This movie holds up real well.
Mistress
Of the Dark. It is perfection.
Hell yes.
It is perfection. Everyone should watch it. Every moment of it is pure bliss.
Okay, wait. I need to know how to have her set up correctly.
We'll do it proper. I think we'll do it proper.
But for now, we'll leave her up here.
She's gonna go up there. I think she and
she'll be
Pee Wee
next
will
to
have to join each other.
Yeah, we'll join them together.
So that's one of the things I like turning around and looking at this is it's just such a wall of things that made me happy and still make me happy.
Yeah, me too.
And it's not necessarily about playing with them. It's really just this wall of perfection.
It's a wall of perfection.
We're being mocked, by the way. It's adorable.
No.
No, we're not being mocked, but
I just think we are adults, but we also love the things that we love.
Yeah, we're a very specific generation that kind of got advertised to in a very specific way that no other generation before or after us did. And really, instead of like bonding to certain things, bonded to these notions.
Stuff.
Yeah, and like kids these days don't have that kind of input. They bond differently. They have, because they have a digital bonding to things. They have characters, but it's less about owning a plastic thing, and I think it's more about a different kind of interaction with them.
Yeah, like I wonder if toy sales have gone down.
They have, I'm sure. Like
Really?
you go into a Target and like it's
not the same.
and there's like the stuff they're selling is different.
Yeah.
And it's not the same.
You can switch out her face, which is cool.
Yeah, that way she can have different options. It also, like they have the Elvira signature on the base, which is great.
But how do you switch out the face?
You have to probably like pull it. There's probably usually it's just go nuts. Worst thing that happens, I buy another one and I just feel like that's supporting the cause.
I'm getting a little. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, no.
It's always so weird when you take off a Barbie head and it looks like this.
I love it. It's
too.
just terrible.
So she has a half smiley face. Whoa!
And she
Look at
has a no face.
That looks so weird.
Which I'm kind of into.
And then you just stick this right in.
Yeah. Which face is that face?
There's one where she has her mouth open a little bit, and then one where she doesn't.
This is so. I'm going to mention this. This is a very chaotic episode, and I apologize. This reminds me so much of the little face gallery from Return to Oz, which is the most perfect nightmare-inducing.
It sure is.
Reality.
And you reminded me of that when we rewatched that clip.
That's right.
Horrifying.
So
God, look at this. Let me fix her shirt again, so she's not.
And I
Titties out.
have a toy that I don't think we're going to get to today, which is one of those string toys that we'll actually fuck around with at some point. But
What?
it requires setting up, so that's a whole thing.
Okay, let me see.
So that's one of the Sky Commanders.
Whoa! And how
Track
does this
Patrol.
string work?
You put a string up, and then it has a wind-up toy that goes up and down the string, like it's supposed to. Unlike my balloon, which didn't work for some reason.
No, we got it to work.
Yeah, we did.
It took a little time, but we got there.
I also learned that you can't blow up those balloons with your mouth. You have to use a pump. That's an important safety tip.
That was the.
Yeah, that
That's what we
hurt.
did
That
wrong.
hurt physically, like physically, spiritually. Every part of me hurt trying to blow up that balloon. Last couple of things I got at the wonderful world of a terrible mall that was so great.
All right, lay it on me.
I got a bunch of trading cards, and some I'm saving.
Okay.
And these are the 3 that I thought would be fun to open up one at a time.
Okay.
First one
Oh, Howard the Duck.
is a Howard the Duck trading cards.
Dang, 1986.
1986. Howard the Duck is a Marvel comic character that is very odd, and they made a
Very
movie
odd.
which is even odder. I don't necessarily even recommend watching the movie.
No.
It's not great, but the character is weirdly beloved for reasons that are obscure and hard to pin down.
But
And-
also just like it looks, he has people eyes, but then is also a duck.
Yeah, and it's very a lot of the movie is him hitting on human women, which is weird. And also like he has kind of looks like the real Garbage Pail Kids from the live action Garbage Pail Kid movie, where it's just not right.
And this
Like-
guy was in it.
You're not in the uncanny valley, you're in the uncanny pit below.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Oh, he was a pedophile. Never mind. We're going to leave him alone.
How do you do that? You can just find them
I
in
always
the random
thought
deck.
pedophiles, you know.
Like, wow, that's just Lord Almighty.
Hey, man, when you've been messed with as a kid, you can really spot them.
God fucking damn it.
Sorry, that's a little dark.
That got dark. Oh.
You gotta laugh.
Moving
you
on
know?
moving on to the next deck.
Sorry.
No,
my
no,
bad.
bring it to the
I
next
really don't
deck.
mean to make light of it, but
No. Well, what you know,
What can
what
you
else are
do?
you going to do?
the Dark Overlord. Yeah, look at this.
Yep.
What a weird movie.
Yeah,
Because the thing is, I feel like the comic didn't quite look like that.
No, it didn't. It had its own awful.
Like, what is this body?
Hey,
Satan sluts.
it was.
I don't remember this movie at all.
Well, Howard the Duck had to crawl so that the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles could run. Like,
Wow.
That's my. I feel like this had to get a bunch of stuff wrong so that the
this was
Turtles could
first?
come in and be like, "We got this."
That's fair.
Yeah.
For them to... For the people to see this and be like, yeah, we would believe Turtles now as a live action.
Like, let's just not do this.
Yeah. Yes. Let's not do that.
Fire away for one of these next two.
Yeah. Okay. So we got 21 Jump Street and Dallas.
Yeah.
Hell
I don't know
yes.
why this is where I went, but this is where I went.
Okay,
The
I'm gonna
the
open
weird
21
man
Jump
was
Street.
very surprised to be selling these.
Oh, I bet.
I think yeah.
Dang. We've got Johnny Depp's character.
Johnny Depp,
Proud and Fearless.
proud and fearless.
Oh, and they are gonna make a.
There's always the poster, the big poster on the back. This one, the
these.
gum has stuck to one of the cards, which is even better.
That's me. Yeah. look
Yeah.
at all these. A laugh between jobs.
Yep.
I don't know what that means.
Boy,
that's pretty cool.
Dallas doesn't even have quotes. It's just weird photos
It's
from
just
the fucking.
pictures?
It's just there's just like you put together the picture, and I'm kind of horrified by what that will be, but it's just like it just says Dallas.
Dallas? Wait, what was
it's
this
just
guy's
stills. It doesn't tell you their name. It just
doesn't tell
says
you their name.
Dallas.
Yeah,
there's just like this. There's this wonderful just icon. It just
There's
says
no info in
Dallas.
the back.
No, nothing other than this one just has a stick of gum that I cannot remove.
Oh man, these are hilarious. Wait, what was this guy's name again?
Who knows?
Jr.
Is that Jr.?
Only one character.
It's the only character anyone
Jr.
remembers.
Dallas?
J.R. Ewing.
Jr. Ewing.
Because he's the one that got shot.
Oh, but they live in Dallas.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because it's an oil. It's an oil family.
Jr. Seattle.
Yeah. It's
Jr. Ewing. That's right.
yeah.
God, they're so. I love a good trading card.
Right. And they're. I mean, like I especially like them when they get very strange. These are just like. These are just strange for the notion of them.
Yeah.
But sometimes, like once you get into the foil cards, the holographic cards, or like pop-up cards were a thing. Like they can get all sorts of crazy.
This gum has like.
There's not
grown.
going. It's not. Oh my God! It has.
It's bigger than all the other
it's turned-
gums.
There's green around it. What is? Oh God! Don't touch it with
It
your
doesn't
face.
smell like anything.
Oh,
It just smells like
card.
glue.
Oh God!
Probably is.
It's probably a lot of gumming.
For your controller.
Oh, let's see if it'll work.
Oh, we're gonna try it with a controller. Wait, I may have some of the other gum.
Okay, wait.
Yeah, like
The other
here's
gum
Here's
remnants?
one we don't have to remove from a playing card.
Okay.
Oh my God!
All right.
This is
So
disgusting.
old gum. Let's have this be.
It might work. It might not. We'll find out.
I don't see how this did turn off.
Oh,
But
yep.
let's see. Okay,
let's see if we
make
can.
it the jump.
Like the music or the soundboard.
We're gonna jump with gum.
Okay, we're gonna try another Makey
We're gonna
Makey.
try and gum jump.
Maybe there's like a sound board, a sound machine.
A sound machine. A machine that makes sounds? That's ludicrous. Why would anyone do that?
Look at
Machines shouldn't make sounds. They're not people.
This. No.
That's not
That's
the sound.
Tetris.
That's Tetris.
That's
That's not a
Tetris.
sound.
And then there's also this like copper tape.
Yeah,
I
that's
guess,
just-
that
that
you
looks-
can turn anything into being a.
Oh, here we go.
Conduit?
Here we go. Let's try
okay.
it.
Did it work?
I'm not getting anything yet. Oh, that's why. Yeah,
It works.
gum can be a keyboard.
Okay,
I,
so
I don't know how.
what can we? Okay. So you only have
Beautiful.
4 keys.
Yeah,
Cool.
or 5 technically. Hey,
Wait, what's the space for?
that's the yeah. Hey, look at that. This is so silly. This is how you, that's how you play Street Fighter, isn't it? You are a button masher, aren't
I'm
you?
a button masher.
Fuck yeah.
I'm a button masher because half the time I don't know what I'm supposed to do, so I just hit it.
Sometimes it works. And
This is okay. So those ones aren't in there.
no, we haven't looked. We haven't stuck them with a. Somewhere there's some terrible serial killer who's turning people into these. Oh God.
Taliesin.
Go on.
Taliesin.
I'm feeling it.
Taliesin is a young baby boy. He's just a baby boy. Okay. It's fun.
That was
I mean, we only get 4 chords here.
no. We're gonna give those to
notes,
Dave
rather.
Wave, and he's gonna have to do something with that.
Yeah,
now.
he'll figure something
Yeah,
out.
we'll have to get you a song too.
You want to play some?
I'm
Just
well. I have to
push
hit
this
the thing.
Push this
So
little.
okay,
Yeah, so we got it.
I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it. I don't know. Like I'm bad at these things.
I mean, sounds like a piano player to me. That sounded like. Dun,
Thank
dun,
you
dun,
for
dun,
being a friend.
Well, no, it's was it
I don't-
not Depeche Mode?
No, that's
Here.
not Depeche Mode.
Dun, 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 dun.
I'm
What
terrible.
80s song am I thinking of? It's an 80s song.
This is ridiculous. I think I blew that one out by pulling
That's
on
delightful.
it. That is delightful.
That's delightful. Well, Taliesin,
I have like I'm gonna go out with one last thing.
let's do it.
One last thing,
Let's do it.
which was actually a fan request.
Oh,
Although I don't know if we're gonna be able to like do it necessarily on camera.
okay.
This thing, I'm gonna move my monkey head full of Thai tea. That is a phrase I said.
See, but also like there's a part of me that still wants to make a controller. But I mean, it's fine.
No, I mean we
fine.
can. Well, we're gonna have to make one out of something.
Okay, let's see what you have.
But ew. There was
Gross gum?
There was gross gum. So we were talking about building toys, and I mentioned that there are book nooks that you can make out of Lego. There are
Yes.
Lego book nooks now. There's a couple
Yes,
of them.
which sound like a dream.
I love aftermarket Lego. There's like Lego companies that make Legos that aren't Lego, and they all have terrible names. Like the best, you can tell that they're good because the worse the name is, the better they are. They've just changed their name, but I have to say that they hate that this name exists. But there's one called Fun Hole,
Oh, that's right.
and I love
Yes.
Fun Hole. They make great stuff.
I wish they wouldn't have changed their name.
And there's one called Fantasy without an 8. Fantasy.
Fantasy?
Yeah, these are mostly Chinese companies, and like only later do they go, we should have maybe run that by somebody.
Fantasy?
Yeah,
That's-
Pant. So,
Okay.
but like they make crazy good shit, and like bless them, like they actually sometimes go off the rails, and they make a ton of different book nooks and things like that of like Lego style book nooks of like crazy cool stuff. I did not get one. I thought I would try and get a off-brand Lego set that I felt spoke to you, and then I realized the one I ordered.
me?
I was like, maybe we can build it during the podcast, but I realized that might be too loud.
Okay.
And B, I didn't realize how big the set I got was. That was my mistake for not reading further.
oh my God.
But I did order a giant set from Funhole. And I think I don't know whether or not to show you what I think maybe showing you what it is now is the
Okay.
way to go, so
Okay,
that at
yeah,
some
yeah,
point
yeah.
we can build it.
Yeah.
I thought
Whoa! What?
that
It's a little trailer.
it's a little trailer, and it's got surfboards and everything you need to go camping. And it's actually lit, so there's LEDs to light it up.
At the inside.
Oh
Are
yeah,
you
and
joking
it's
me?
got everything you need inside. It's really fun. Like
This is so cool.
this is like I saw
This is
this
very
and
me.
said
Camping out in a camper.
and like camping out in a camper, and it's got everything you need in there. Like
Oh
you've
my
even got
God.
a cooler, and you've got some pizza, and like the
Look
surfboard.
at the little camera.
Yeah, it's got everything, and like a little like this is really everything.
What?
And then
Wait,
like
is this heavy? Let me feel it.
it's pretty. I mean, like there you go. It's
Oh,
it's
yeah.
meaty, and I've built things from these guys before, and they're great and they're fun, and I love them.
Hole. Why
Fun
did
Hole.
they change their name?
It's now like Illuminate or something, but like
not the
and
same.
then so I will admit I was like at some point I don't know how we're gonna do this because it may be too loud to do on camera, but at least we can show it off.
we
at
could
some
try.
Point. Yeah, that's true.
We could try.
We could
try
try.
to build a little bit of it, or at least prepare it.
Or we could get like a guest at some point, and then we could build it while the guest. Do we have a guest who would just not shut up, maybe, and just talk all the way through an episode, so that
I
we
may have somebody that could work for that.
who would be a good guest that would like I don't know who other than me. I'm the only person I know who can't shut up when they're nervous.
I
So
have an idea.
it would have to be someone who's like really into themselves and could talk about themselves a lot.
Yeah. I think
don't
we
know.
know somebody like
Do
that.
we?
Big teeth.
Oh, always big teeth are great.
Yeah.
But, you
was
know.
also a child actor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we know just the person.
All right. Do you think I
It
mean,
also could be
yeah.
fun to build that and do like a mailbag, and just like build and get questions.
Like a
from-
mailbag episode
Yeah,
while
like
we
a
build a
mailbag.
Lego?
Yeah.
That sounds so calming.
Sounds very calming.
I really like that.
Sounds wonderful.
Yeah, I guess we would just have to do a test to see how terrible it would make the podcast sound.
Yeah. See if it picks up any of the little
Clickety,
clinkety
clickety.
clankies. Well, real quick,
Yeah.
what is this?
You have to hold the
another
you have to
game?
hold the
Oh my
green
God,
wire.
that's right.
It's okay. I just remembered.
Oh, it's an Etch-a-Sketch.
Oh, wow.
Oh my goodness. That is so cool.
It's an Etch-a-Sketch. It's a digital Etch-a-Sketch.
Do
Do they have a Tron light cycle game that you can do verses on for this? Because I would totally. This would be a great way to make like a little ring so you could do like a light cycle. I love the light cycle.
Yes.
For those of you who are Tron fans, and I don't know who isn't.
I mean,
if you haven't seen it, that's cool. I'm into that. But
I had an idea for what I was going to do, but
it looks like somebody's flicking somebody off.
Well,
It looks like a giant middle finger to me.
I was trying to.
What are you doing?
You'll see in a second.
Will I see in a second?
Well, I don't know. Maybe not.
Well, I mean, like while we put this together, I think the idea of having someone else talk while we build, or not someone else talk when we build Legos, because that's not fair. But like answering letters while we build a Lego sounds great for everybody.
I think it sounds great.
I think that sounds great.
I think that could be really fun.
I don't know. Yeah, we'll figure it out if like maybe not next episode, but down the road at some point in the near future.
I'm into it.
Yeah,
Well, Taliesin, this was great.
this was
It
great.
was great to tinker.
Yeah, fun with a little toy.
Fun with the little toys.
Do you mind if I eat that banana?
Not at all.
Dude.
You take this Oh, yeah.
No, there we
I
are.
forgot there were two.
Yeah, I'd eat the Play Doh, but I don't do that anymore.
Well, you can smell it.
You'll poop weird.
Smells delicious. Why does that smell so good? Have you ever eaten Play-Doh?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, me too. All right. I love that you didn't even think for a second. Yeah, just gotta get my
So
head, man.
we're going to keep here huffing, and if you have some Play-Doh at home, feel free to huff along for the end of our podcast. But yeah, we're going to go get weird on off-gassing Play-Doh. And I've been Taliesin Jaffe, and
I've been Ashley Suzanne.
we will see you soon.
Take care, kids.
Yeah. Oh God. Some very important weird information for all of our weird kids. Our new episodes are now starting to release exclusively on beacon.tv. That's right, every Tuesday.
So we are still releasing the final Weird Kids episodes from 2025 every Tuesday on our Weird Kids YouTube channel and on podcast platforms. But our new episodes are exclusively only on beacon.tv.
Beacon.